All right, once again, today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021, 7SP1. Somebody read that to us.
I, I can use the sample to get information about population population with 65 masters.
Good job. Thank you, Jamal. Someone tell us something we learned yesterday about samples.
You have representative and bias
I missed part of that, Destiny.
samples and bias samples.
Good. What's the difference between the two?
But
Representative is about the public, the population, and bias is not fair.
Okay, good job. Great. Love it. All right, and a piece of what she was telling us, a random sample is a sample that just makes sure everyone has an equal chance of being selected. That's a random sample. Everyone has an equal chance. Population is the entire group that's being surveyed. And then a representative sample is one that makes sure that everyone gets that equal chance. And then if it did not make sure everyone had an equal chance, it's called a bias sample. The sample that we want is a representative sample. All right, somebody tell us what that is.
You can use data from a random sample to generalize about population.
Good job. On yesterday, we learned how looking at a piece of information can pretty much tell us about their population. All right. Today we had activity. It was in a normal spot in Schoology. Looks very similar to how my screen looks now. Give me a thumbs up when you make it or type in the chat that you have made it. All right, we got 3 that's there, 4. It's gonna take you to a Google Slide. Anyone confused on where we are?
Is it an assignment in Google Classroom?
No, ma'am. All of your stuff for math is in Schoology. In the same folder as always in Schoology. This February the 8th through the 12th. And then it says Tuesday, February the 9th, activity and practice. And then you should have an option to open the activity. All right, once you made it, somebody read it to us.
A soccer league has 200 players on 11 teams. A coach wants to survey a sample of the players in the league about how many practices they should have. Which method should the coach use to choose a sample?
All right, read those 2 different methods.
Put the names of players from each team in a separate box for each team. Pull out 2 names from each box without looking.
All right, good
At
job.
the first practice of the
I'm sorry, I cut you off, Destiny.
team participate in the survey.
All right, good job. So we got method A, where he took all the players' names on each team and put them in a separate box and then pulled from the box. We then got method B, where whoever was at that first practice, those were the ones who participated in the survey. Based on us just reading those two different methods, which one would you say we should choose?
Method A.
Method A.
Method A.
All right, so let's fill it in. In this situation, the coach wants to collect what? And then they told you a set of information. All right, about soccer players, all the players in the league make up the blank because they are the entire group of interest. If we're talking about everybody, who would that consist of?
Population.
Good job. That is the population. The coach will use one of the two methods to choose a blank or a smaller set of the players in the league. Part of my population is known as mine. Check your volume, Cedric.
The R word.
No, part of the population. What's a small piece of the population?
It's a group. The 40%.
What? So we got population talks about everybody. Okay, use the school. J.E. Johnson will represent the population of everybody. But if I'm just talking about seventh grade students would make up a what? What are we talking about?
A bias sample.
It ain't a bias sample, but it represents a sample. So the population is the whole, and the sample is the small piece. The coach should use blank because it will result in a blank sample in which every player in the league has an equal chance of being selected.
Method.
The coach should use what?
Method A.
Okay, I thought y'all got amnesia. Somebody told us a while ago, A. So he should use method A because it will result in a blank sample. Good job. If that was the one we choose, then I hope it's a representative sample. This sample is likely to be blank of all the players in the league. So we got the population represents everybody in the league, but then they took out this small sample and did a survey. So this small sample would likely be what to everybody in the league?
Random.
What kind of sample did we say method A was?
A random sample.
What else did we say? What you said right here? Because it will result in a what sample?
We spent it sample.
Representative.
Oh, okay. So now we should have seen that representative would go here. Somebody mentioned another R word. Where should it go?
Random.
Where should it go?
The next one.
No, ma'am.
Right.
If we took representative from up there and put it down here, then that means right here need to be what?
Random.
Oh, okay. Y'all only got maybe 7 words to fill in the blank. You mean tell me we can't read and fill in the blank? Woo. As a result, the coach can use the data to make a valid what? This is something you do in ELA class.
Inference.
Okay. That's when I use what they give me and I tell you something different. So we make a valid inference about all the players in the league. For example, if 40% of those surveyed players want fewer practices, the coach can conclude that blank of the players in the league want fewer practices. If 40% of those surveyed want fewer practices, then I can conclude that how much of everybody want fewer practices?
About percent.
Okay. Take it you the only one in here, Destiny. Don't make fill in the blank harder than what it is. Fill in the blank. We ain't got many words over to choose from. You know. All right, those next 2 slides contain some practice activities. Let's look at the first one. Tell us about Katie.
Katie is thinking of starting a babysitting service and wants to figure out what percent of the population have young children. She goes to a community meeting about unsafe conditions on a playground and asks every 5th person attending the meeting if they have young children.
All right, Katie, they told us quite a bit. She wants to know who has younger children. She decided to go to a community meeting on unsafe conditions at a playground. She asked every 5th person at the meeting if they have young children. Explain why this sample is unlikely to be representative of the population. Why was that not a good sample?
Because she asked every 5th person.
All right, now based on vocabulary, I can ask every 5th person. But what makes this scenario unlikely to be representative? It's not the asking every 5th person. That was a good thing.
The population?
What's the population, Joseph?
Have the population of young children.
That's what she's trying to figure out. She's trying to figure out who all has young children. What did she do to try to figure out who has young children?
She asked every 5th person.
Every 5th person where?
In the community meeting.
What do you know about this community meeting?
It's about unsafe conditions on the playground.
Okay. So why is this an unlikely sample? Who all gonna be at this meeting about unsafe conditions on the playground?
All the parents.
Kids? So
All the parents.
I'm gonna send you to
About children.
Parents.
parents of who?
The children.
Okay, so if I'm at the meeting, common sense would tell anybody that I have what?
A
Children.
child.
Yeah, I got children. Guess what? Miss Catches don't have no children. So you ain't gonna catch me at no meeting talking about conditions on the playground, because guess what? I don't care less about the playground because I ain't got no children going out there playing. So she's at a community meeting asking parents if they have children. So why did we just say this is an unlikely?
That's for the one like kids. Don't.
What you say, Jamal?
Never mind.
Ouch.
Why did we just say this is an unlikely situation as every fifth person at this meeting?
Cause that's the one don't like kids.
They ain't got no kids at this meeting.
No, for the ones don't.
She didn't ask people that don't have children. She showed us well, they discussing children, and then she want to ask them, do they have children? What's unlikely about that? What did we say is
She
unlikely?
asking because of the unsafe concerns on the playground.
Stop, Joseph, and start over. We had a community meeting about unsafe conditions at a playground. Who did we say would be at this meeting?
Only parents will be at the meeting.
So why did she ask every fifth person if they have children? Why is that unlikely?
Because every fifth person might not have a child.
I missed some of that, Kennedy, Destiny.
I said every fifth person
Might not have a young
Okay, Destiny. Your mama has children. Let's say your mama didn't have children. You think she going to a meeting about conditions on the playground?
No.
Okay, so why is it unlikely that she chose this sample? Why? Because everybody at the meeting most likely has what?
A child.
That's the whole point they're trying to get you all to see. She asking people at a meeting about children if they have children. Part B, somebody read it to us.
Describe a possible survey method that is more likely to be representative on the population. Explain why this.
All right, so we already said the method she chose just will not work because everybody at this meeting already has children. So knowing that, what is one solution that she can have to get a representative sample? What can she do? All right, if you're a babysitter, you're trying to find people who you can babysit because they have children. What will you go? Where places will you go and try to see if these people have children?
Daycare.
All right, so if we go to the daycare, Destiny, that's kind of like the situation we already have. We already know that they have children at the daycare. So it would be unlikely that she'll ask them if they have children because if they come into the daycare, they have children.
Houses.
Be more specific about houses. Houses where?
In the neighborhood.
She could survey the individuals and the houses in her community. I like that. Anybody else got an idea of where she could go to possibly ask people if they have children she could babysit?
The local grocery store.
Good. I would go to the grocery store. I would probably pass out flyers. All right, now Destiny, when we get to this grocery store, we're gonna ask everybody we see if they have children.
No, the ones that you see have children with them.
So, Joseph, you saying we only gonna ask the people who got children with them?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, see, once again, that defeats the purpose. Because if they have children with them, we know they have children. See, a survey, you try to get responses from everybody, whether they would fit the qualifications or not. I can agree with going to the local grocery store. However, I would not only ask the people I see with children. Think about what they said up here, every fifth person. Because you're not going to go in the grocery store and ask everybody you see. Somebody give us a random number.
She could ask
8.
So those are two options we can use. She can go in her community and survey the houses in her community. She don't know which house got children, which don't, but from her surveying, she'll figure out who does. Go to the local grocery store and ask around every fifth person she may see. Why would this be a representative sample?
because it's a pattern.
It's a pattern. Give me something else. What kind of responses are she hoping to receive?
Mixed. Like some, yes, I have children, some, no, I don't have children, and stuff like that.
Good job, William. It will be a representative sample because everyone will have a chance of answering whether they have children or whether they do not have children. Great job. Any questions about it? All right, third slide. Oh, did I miss the top of that? I did. Y'all didn't tell me I missed the top. Go back to the top of that one. We did Katie. Read above Katie.
Miss Katz, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
At the top, do you want us to like, how do we like circle the answer at the top, like A, B, C, or D?
Said use the text box and drawing tools. You see this little symbol?
Yes, ma'am.
Click on it and do like a line. Well, we're going to have to use something other than line. We need the one for a circle. Go and get you a circle and then go and circle it. And then make this circle transparent. I forgot the transparency right now. I'll do that later. But you're going to have to use these drawing tools up top, Kennedy.
Okay.
Or you know my motto, piece of paper, take a picture, attach it. All right, somebody read it to us.
The owner of a local restaurant wants to know whether the customers would prefer a new garden salad or a new chicken salad on the menu. Which survey methods would likely produce a representative sample? Choose all that apply.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we got the owner of a restaurant. He's trying to see if customers like the new garden salad or the new chicken salad. So they want to know which method would give us a representative sample. It's a choose all type question. Every fifth male customer, would that be represented?
No.
No, it'll be
No.
biased.
That's biased because they only want the boys. B says, ask every customer who orders a vegetarian dish.
No.
If I order vegetarian, which salad would you say I like?
The garden salad.
The garden salad.
Okay. A, B, C, D ain't hard. Just like you see me, A, B. All right, C. Ask every 10 customer over the period of the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he used
Yes.
and then he gave a time period. Yeah, C would work. D says, ask every fifth customer who orders a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
No.
order a chicken sandwich. What salad would you most likely say I want?
The chicken salad.
The chicken salad.
Yeah, that's biased. E says, ask every customer to flip a coin. If the coin shows heads, ask for the customer's opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work. Any questions about picking out a representative sample or a biased sample? All right, the second slide up top. Somebody read to us about Kobe.
Kobe visit one random select science class from each grade and survey the first 10 students who leave the room. What question could he ask so that this group is random sample? Question could he ask so that this group is based on sample? Explain.
All right, so we got a boy named Kobe. He went to every science class in the building and asked 10 students a question. So they want to know what question could he have asked these 10 children? What information could he possibly want to know from a science class?
I experiment.
All right, be more specific, Jamal. What you want to know about experiments? Have they conducted an experiment? Do they know how to do an experiment? Would they like to do an experiment? What question are you asking?
How many kids would like to do an experiment?
Would you like to do experiments in science class? That's a good question. When I was in school, that's all we did in science class. But now, I don't think they too much do experiments. All right. The second part of that question said, what question could he ask so that it's a bias sample? So this would be our random sample, but now we want a bias sample. What question could he ask that would make it biased? All right, he went to different grade levels. If someone came into your 7th grade science class, what's a question that they may only ask you as 7th graders and not a child in kindergarten?
What you like is
What you like will be a little too broad. Everybody can answer that, Jamal. class. What are some things we can do in science class? Anybody? Y'all take science with Miss Weird. What you do in science class?
Learn.
What you learning?
The weather.
Read about science.
What you're learning different from what another grade level can learn. Somebody said you learning about weather. How is what you're learning about weather different than what a kindergartner is learning about weather?
Because what they learn is the beginning of weather, the seasons and stuff. Well, we're learning what causes stuff, weather to happen, and physical changes in the weather happen.
I like that, William.
Predict the weather.
Okay, so based on what you told me about, you all are learning how weather works, why it happens. Give me a question that would make this sample biased to your 7th grade science class. All right, in science class yesterday, I don't know if it was 8th grade or 7th grade. Somebody was talking about measure instruments, weather instruments, barometer. What else we got? Wind vane. What kind of question could I ask a 7th grader about some of those instruments that I wouldn't ask a kindergarten?
Climate.
Do you use to measure the weather?
You said something about naming something. So if I was to ask that question, can you name at least one tool to describe weather? What would make that a biased sample?
Because it only works for the people who have learned that tool.
Great job. Those who have not learned it cannot answer. Don't get confused on random and biased. Just think of some that'll give an answer from everybody and some that'll only give an answer from a select group of people. Any questions about it? All right, let's see if we could drop down. It says select a topic in a population from the list below for a survey. They gave us several topics. One topic, favorite store at the local mall, my favorite snack, time to get to work or to school. The different populations, the teachers at the school, the students at the school, or the shoppers at the local mall. The first thing they said was, describe the attributes of the people that should be represented in a random sample for your population. All right, select the topic, select a population. Somebody choose the topic, somebody choose population.
Favorite snack.
All right, favorite snack, who's the population? Who we asking?
Students in school.
So that's our topic, that's our population. The first question asked, it says, describe the attributes of the people that should be represented in a random sample of your population. So if I want to figure out the favorite snacks of students at J.E. Johnson, who should I ask?
Kids.
What you mean by kids? They said attributes, meaning describe who you talking about.
Talking about the kids, you know, ask the kid what their favorite snack is.
Grade level.
All right, students in different grade levels. What are some other attributes? Think about J.E. Johnson. If I want to find out everybody's favorite snack at J.E. Johnson, who will I have to ask? Where will I have to go? J.E. Johnson has children from grades kindergarten to grade 8th grade. So outside of being different grade levels, what else can we say about these children from kindergarten to 8th grade? Are we the same age? Do we live at the same house? All right, we got 2 responding. We got over half of us asleep. Ain't said nothing. Cat, dog ain't said if we trying to understand random representative samples. We just here. As I stated earlier this week, progress reports will go out this Friday. If I were you, I would definitely take care of my business by tomorrow. As your math teacher, I will be updating grades on tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Some of you still have not taken STAR math and I ready. I've been screaming it for 2 weeks. Take care of your business. Have a great Tuesday.
You
See you
too.
later, Miss Kitchen.
Good night.
Yeah, man.